This is Elijah. Tomorrow marks my 12 weeks on testosterone, and I couldn't be more excited. But I thought today, for an update, I would actually read out my coming out letter, which is kind of the reverse of an update. The reason I'm going to read it out is because I published it, yes, on Facebook, like a 12-y, right at the beginning of my transition, before I'd even started taking testosterone or anything. It was intended for people who, anyone, friends, family, people I don't know, like, well, I do know, but don't know well enough to be like, oh yeah, guess what, well, by the way, no, so, Facebook is practically society's lungs, so, hey, it got the job done, and it really did help, because I kind of wrote it for people who aren't aware and don't understand, so it's kind of, I guess the terminology it's a bit different than what you would hear in, the trans society. Society is the word I was looking for. Not society. Yeah, so, it is pretty basic, but it gets the point out there, and, the point that I want to make, like, beforehand is, I got it pretty easy with coming out, and family, friends, everyone, basically everyone being really accepting and really understanding, and, I feel a large amount of empathy for those who have it hard, whose family don't understand, friends don't understand, etc., etc., and in my position, I would do anything to help those people, but realistically, that's impossible. I'm just talking to a computer screen, actually looking at my own reflection, which is awkward as it is, but besides that, I would like to help. I'd do anything to help, but, I can't exactly put my hand through the computer and, I don't know, do something magic. So I thought I would read out my coming out letter, which for me was really helpful, and if for anyone else it helps, then even just one person, then that's enough for me. Because I know being in this situation is fearful, very, very fearful, terrifying. Although it's very liberating and exciting, it's also scary at the same time. And if you don't have that support that you need, because you do need support, it's not exactly a one-person battle. Well, it's your own battle, but realistically it affects other people, but you just gotta remember, people who reject it or aren't happy with it, it's their loss. Their loss. They don't understand, and they just don't want anything to do with you, then they're lost. They've lost something in their life, and whether it be just, their different values, or which honestly shouldn't make a difference. I mean, a friend is a friend, and I guess you see your true friends during this process, and those who turn a blind eye, or just pretend you don't exist anymore, then don't get upset. But I know that's easier said than done, but it's their loss, because they're missing out on one hell of a kick-ass process, but more importantly, they're missing out on you, and if that's how they choose to be, then so be it. Alright, so my coming out letter, it's not going to make much sense, seeing as though I wrote it before transition, but I'm going to read it all out anyway, just to get the gist of it, and if there is anyone, contemplating coming out, this probably wouldn't be the most helpful thing because it's my personal experience, but I remember before coming out just watching lots of FTM videos and getting lots of inspiration from them, so if this does anything, maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll just be awkward and embarrassing, and I'll look back on it and be like, but oh well. It's called Ignorance is Bliss. Ignorance is bliss, ? Imagine you wake up as the opposite gender, being expected to live as how your body represents you for the rest of your life. Except inside you're still the same person, of course. How could you possibly voice the fact that your body is merely a shell, a lie, without sounding like you dedicate your life to, I don't know, smoking crack? No offense, it's just a term, to get my point across. How could you possibly say to people, oh hey, I'm not really a girl, without being sent to the nearest mental institution? You have the bits and pieces, of course you're a girl. Well, if only life was that simple. It sounds crazy, perhaps it is crazy. Yet, unfortunately, it's reality for many, many people. There's no escape of the constant battle between the internal and external. Each day is a disappointment simply because you didn't awake as your desired gender. No, Harry Potter didn't cast a spell on you overnight. Damn him. Boom! You live life just to exist, barely, rather than existing to live life. That's how it should be. There's a term for this, other than weirdo, freak, crime against nature, rah rah rah. It is transgender/transsexual, or anything trans. That's just the term I wrote for my letter, but I know it's a much, much more complex and broad area, and those two terms only are very, they don't explain it or describe it. I know there's much more, but that's just what I use, and honestly, I am very, very uneducated when it comes to the trans community, and I guess that's another reason why I just want to get this out there and help and educate myself as well. Anyway, back to the letter. My Hello Dictionary definitions. Transgender, a person appearing or attempting to be a member of the opposite sex. Transsexual, a person having a strong desire to assume the physical characteristics and gender role of the opposite sex, including undergoing medical and or surgical treatment. Now remember, these terms, I just put them there for people who aren't aware of it and don't know and are uneducated. So it's simple, and that I know those terms. I know they don't. I know some people get offended by it and whatnot, and I completely understand that. But for the sake of getting the point across, that's what I put down. But again, so there you have it. Yes, I am transgendered and soon to be transsexual. I hate labels. They make things sound so formal and technical when really, I'm just altering myself so that I externally represent my internal self. I guess that is a bit technical. I definitely don't expect anyone to understand, and I'm prepared to lose people in my life. When I've been living the past 19 years as a lie, I think I can handle whatever the outcome is. The hardest part is affecting those I love. People in my life have known me as a girl, oblivious to my internal struggle, although to those who have known me it's probably just a wee bit obvious. So of course it's most likely going to be a shock and hard to adapt to. I'm sorry for not being the person that I've pretended and tried to be. This is my shit and it shouldn't have to affect anyone. But in reality that's impossible. For that, I apologize. Let's whip out a few details for those who want to know. No one's forcing you to read this, or in this case, listen to this. If they are, I'm a little bit concerned. I recently met an aspiring young lad who was going through a similar experience. Yet he had the courage to voice it, something that I never thought was possible. He gave me the courage to do so, and long story short, a few doctor's appointments later, here I am. I haven't started treatment yet. Remember, this is in the past. Otherwise that would be creepy. But cool. Haven't started treatment yet, but hopefully that'll be happening in a few weeks' time. Then I can stop living in limbo. My point of Facebooking this, other than looking like a 12-year attention-seeking scene kid, perhaps I should include various self-taken mirror shots like this. Is that how they do it? Anyway, is to basically get it out there. Perhaps this will go completely unnoticed. If so, yay. This isn't the easiest thing to spit out. Realistically, the world works through technology these days. Facebook and YouTube is practically a limb to society, and honestly, it's probably a hell of a lot easier than individually telling everyone. If you don't know me or don't care, this was intended for people who know my name without Facebook telling them. Yet, I'm YouTubing it, so that just goes out the window. Anyway, you probably should have stopped reading or listening a while ago. Unfortunately, I can't give you those minutes of your life back. To those who have read or listened through this jungle of doom, I commend you. To those who are confused or don't know how to handle it, I don't blame you. Things won't be changing for a while, again in the past, as I haven't started hormones yet, and even then things won't change for a few months. I won't be changing my physical appearance, clothing, name, pronouns, etc. until that time, so it's a little easier on those involved, hopefully. But now that's done. Yay. To those who I offend or who disagree, I'm sorry. I know people have different values and beliefs, and I completely understand and accept that. And if it's going to negatively affect you, then please feel free to remove yourself from my life. Way to awkwardly stumble. Whatever is best for you. Some people won't give a shit. Some people will. It's just how life works, and that's fine with me. In the end, I'm just one person. It is better to be hated for who you are than to be loved for who you are not. And that is it. Bit of an awkward stumble throughout the whole letter. Back and forth through tenses of future and past. Present and past. Yeah, future. Yeah. This is going nowhere, but this letter, although written like a 12-y or badly, it got me places. It helped people understand, and I know it's just my personal experience, but if you're having a hard time coming out to your family, why not write a letter? Or even Facebook it if you want to. I mean, that was just my thing to do, but it worked for me, and either way, it's going to be a hard process, and I just hope that whoever you are, wherever you are, however old you are, no matter what, just be yourself. Just be yourself. Be true to yourself. I know that sounds incredibly cliche and corny, but I mean it. How can you live life not being yourself? I mean, we've all tried it. It doesn't work. It brings up all kinds of problems, and in the end, what matters most is that you're happy. You're happy being who you are. Then you can make others happy. Like, people always say, you know, because it's in a lot of people's natures to always put others first, and however sweet that is, like, talking from experience, I've learned you do have to. The computer went to sleep on me, that's awkward. I get the hint. Anyway, I've learned that you do have to put your own needs first, then work on others. Because if you keep pushing your needs aside and putting others first, you're just causing trouble for yourself, and then in the end, it'll just cause trouble for others. This is just going on and on and on and on. I know, but I don't really get much time home alone, like the cool kid I am. So I thought I'd just ramble on for a good 16 minutes. Frig on a stick. But no, whoever you are, I don't know you, and that's cool. But if you have the same passion and belief about yourself, even if you're not sure, it's possible to work it out. Like, from experience, I knew that I wasn't meant to be a girl. Like, pretty much since I can remember, yet I didn't put the terminology to it until later. Like, I didn't know what transgender was. I didn't know that until at least high school, but I always knew that I was a boy, but something was wrong. Then it all makes sense. I mean, it's hard to get to this place, I'm not gonna lie, but it is worth it. Worth every single step. Every step. And getting jabbed in the ass doesn't even hurt anyway. It's cool. Well, as cool as getting jabbed in the ass can get. But to know that you have that hormone, the right hormone, flowing through your bloodstream, making changes, there's no better feeling. And then when the changes do come, like, voice deepens and muscles grow and, you know, your body becomes male. And, like, some days I just think, am I just having a really good dream, and am I going to wake up and realize that that's all it was, a really good dream? No, it's reality, and you can make it happen. But I've probably put you to sleep or something by now, so I better stop. But I'm not usually one to talk much, but it's a bit ironic since this has gone for ages. I just wanted to get it out there, and although I'm not good with words, unscripted and whatnot, I mean what I say, and good luck. Good luck to you, or your friend, or brother, whoever. Good luck. It's possible. You can do it. Just be true to yourself.